Hi, my name is Gina Borges, and I'm a student recruitment officer here at the University of Winnipeg, and I'm here to show you how to apply to the Faculty of Education. This instructional video assumes that you have already created an account. If you have not done so, please go to uwinnipeg.ca and click apply. If you would like to watch an instructional video on how to create your account, you can also find that video on our website. So for the purposes of this video, we will be talking about the Faculty of Education for the 5-year integrated program, as well as students who are transferring into the 5-year program from another faculty, and students who have already graduated with a Bachelor of Arts or Science degree and are looking for the 2-year after degree program. So I will share my screen with you here. Before we do this, I would like to show you a couple of things on our website. So if you just, in the search engine here up top, put in transfer program, Faculty of Education, then you can scroll down and it tells you all the admission requirements. And then there is an information booklet. You can also do that for the after degree program. Information booklet. And I definitely suggest that you take a look through these booklets before submitting your application, as they go through all the ins and outs of the selection process, because they are competitive programs, how to write your autobiography, chronological summary, choosing your teachable major and minor subjects and the number of credits you need in each area. All of that is in here. So I encourage you, and also some Zoom information sessions too. So I encourage you to take a look at those booklets before you start. Now, having said that, you now have created your account. You can go in and out of your application as needed. So if you run into any issues, you can always take a screenshot and send us an email or give us a call and ask us your questions. But otherwise, you'll be automatically taken to this My Account page. And here you'll see all of my fake applications that I've started. Yours will be blank, but here you will click on Create a New Application. The Faculty of Education is open only to domestic students. So that is permanent residents and citizens of Canada. So you will always be selecting this undergrad domestic. The Faculty of Education 5-year integrated transfer student and 2-year after degree programs can only start in the fall term. That is your only start term. For certified teachers who are basically, you are an internationally trained teacher and you're looking to certify here as a teacher in Manitoba, then that is the certified teacher program, and those students can start in any term. And the post-bac students typically start in the spring term. So for all other Faculty of Education, you will be selecting fall term and continue. Sometimes that little spinny wheel takes a while. I do find the Google Chrome browser is a good browser to use in terms of functionality with this application system. And also using a desktop computer as opposed to your mobile device is also helpful in terms of functionality. So if you're having trouble, maybe consider those two situations as well. Tips for applying: save often, beware of autofill. I find this gets a lot of people. Making sure that all the information in each of the empty cells is accurate and that it's not just automatically filling with inaccurate information, completing everything in full and reading everything carefully. And again, any issues, you can email welcome@uwinnipeg.ca or give us a call. Our number's here as well. Selecting your application type, you are always going to be selecting undergraduate. The Faculty of Education requires an online application. So even if you are a current student completing your Bachelor of Science degree and you're applying to the after degree program, but you are currently a student here at the U of W, or you've been a student here in the past, you will be tempted to click this continuance application. Please do not, because this will bounce you to a PDF paper application. And we do need that online application for the Faculty of Education. So this is if you are applying to any other program but the Faculty of Ed. So we will select undergrad and select your student type. 5-year integrated program, for example, if you have graduated high school, you're currently in high school. If you are currently maybe completing your Bachelor of Arts at another university. And then second degree, if you've already graduated with a Bachelor of Science or Arts degree, for example, and you're looking for that 2-year education. So we'll just select that one for now. Academic level is undergraduate and faculty is education. Academic program. So these are all your options for the programs. That certified teacher program, as I mentioned, is here. Post-bac, for example. The 5-year integrated for elementary teachers and high school teachers. Industrial arts, the joint program with Red River. So for today, we will be doing the 2-year after degree education program for elementary school students. Keep in mind, this just means that you will be studying about elementary teaching, classroom management. You will be matched up for your practicum in an elementary school if you select this. And also elementary students will be taking a math class as well as part of their degree. So keep that in mind with the elementary selection. However, once you graduate as a teacher, even if you studied with the elementary stream, as a certified teacher in Manitoba, you are open to accepting jobs in an elementary school, high school, whatever is being offered to you and you wish to accept. A major. So as I mentioned, check out those information booklets to find out more information about how many credits you need in a teachable major and teachable minor subject to make sure you have what you need. For those of you doing the 5-year integrated program right out of high school, you don't have to worry about the number of credits because, of course, you don't have any credits in those areas yet. However, you'll just select the ones that you're interested in. So for today, let's select a teachable major in biology and a teachable minor in French, for example. And that just means that most of your focus for your Bachelor of, in this case, because we chose biology, you will be earning a Bachelor of Science degree and a minor in French studies. Okay, academic term, as mentioned, we must select fall term. And how did you learn about this program? Now, I'm assuming from a former U of W student because they were also a student here and loved the program because it was awesome and the U of W is the best place to be. But of course, you're going to be honest with how you learned about the program. And then citizenship status. So this is where you'll select either citizen or permanent resident and save and continue. Contact information, of course, this is all information that will, for the most part, be automatically populated from the fact that you've created your account. But just make sure everything is accurate, selecting yes or no if you've changed your name, all of this information. Now we have Indigenous Ancestry, Refugee Support Services, Adult Learner Services, and Accessibility Services. These are all departments within the university that offer resources to make sure students are successful and that there aren't any external barriers that maybe you have that's making it more difficult for you to excel in your program here. And so all of these departments are here purposefully to make sure that you are as successful as you possibly can be. So selecting yes or no to any of these services will not negatively impact your application, your admission process, anything like that. It simply just alerts those departments to let them know that you would like to know more about the resources they have to offer. If you select no for any of them, and then later on down the line, maybe you've encountered some difficulties and you feel like accessibility services may have something to offer you, then you can absolutely contact that department at any time during your studies. Primary language, today I'm going to select English. I always like to select different languages every time I do a sample. So today my second language is Dene Cree, and I'm going to submit or save and continue. Again, this information will automatically be populated, but just double check to make sure everything is accurate. And then your emergency contact. So you'll put a first name and a last name of your emergency contact should there be any health issues while you're on campus, for example. This is not permission for this person to contact the admissions office and ask about the status of your application. Due to our privacy policy, we will not be sharing that information with anyone other than the applicant or anyone that the applicant has offered an authorization to access that type of information. So your emergency contact does not have that authorization, so please do not ask them to contact the office on your behalf. Save and continue. All right, educational history. So looks like I have some education already in here from other applications. So here you will enter in the name of your high school. Typically, Manitoba high schools, once you start typing, they'll just automatically populate. And if you were to add a high school, I'm just going to delete all these so I can show you what that's like. Okay, so for example, here we go. So this is what it'll look like for you. So I had all of those in there because of other application examples I've done, and it wouldn't let me delete until just now. So, all right, so let's just pretend you are a student or were a student at Kildonan East. So as soon as I started typing, it showed up here. You'll enter in the city, of course, that's wrong. And the country. Okay. And then the month that you started, the year, the month that you finished, and the year you graduated, yes, graduation date, you will select, and then you earned your diploma. Now, if you have attended multiple high schools, you can click add another high school, and you can put in the information there. Now, if you're entering in a name of a high school and it's not automatically populating like it did for Kildonan East, for example, then you will have the option to just select add school, and it will give you the ability to just enter in the school name and address. So maybe you went to high school in another country and it's not automatically populating, for example. Okay, so I'm just going to delete. So if you do select add another high school accidentally, make sure you delete that so that it's not left with blank cells on your application, because it won't allow you to move forward if you do. Post-secondary, so you are an after-degree student, which means you have attended another college or university. Make sure you answer truthfully to everything, because answering with false information will result in a decline of your application. So make sure you answer everything truthfully. And now we're going to add the information about your university. So I'm just going to choose one that I know will automatically populate here. Okay, and Montreal, for example, Canada. Okay, and maybe you started in September of 2017 and you completed your schooling there in June of 2021, and you graduated, yes, and you earned your degree And date of issue was June 2021 on the 30th, for example. And now if you've attended multiple universities or colleges, again, add another. And if you accidentally hit that, make sure to delete, okay? And then we will save and continue. Now, this is a declaration, of course, just read carefully, please. So that you're declaring that everything you've entered is true. You understand that false documents or representation will mean a denial of your application, and that you've read our privacy policy and you agree to it. And then you will type in your first and last name and the signature date and save and continue. Your next steps are to monitor your email as well as signing into your online application every couple of business days, because if there are any questions about your application, any clarification, or maybe a document you've uploaded did not upload properly, the admissions office will either send you an email or they will put a note on your application. So please be sure, until you have received your admission decision, check both your email and your online application regularly. Paying your application fee, you will be doing that online. The only time you will not pay the application fee online with your application is if you are a current student of the U of W or a former student of the U of W. Current students, the application fee is waived. For previous students who have been away from the U of W for more than a year, your application fee is somewhat less. And so you will just receive an email with a payment form so that you can put your payment information on that form and send it back to us. For all other applicants, so anyone who has never been to the U of W before, you will be paying your application fee online. Submit required documents. You will be uploading everything that is listed on your application and making corrections. So please do not submit another application. So if you've made an error, perhaps you didn't realize it had auto-filled your date of birth and it was incorrect, or maybe it auto-filled your middle name and it's incorrect, please do not submit a new application. This will confuse things. So all you need to do is email admissions@uwinnipeg.ca after you have submitted the application, and you can, so anything that you're not able to go back and edit, you can email admissions and just give them your first and last name, email them from the email address you used to apply, and just let them know about the nature of the error. So what was the error? What is the actual information you intended to put? And if it's something like date of birth, for example, you can also scan a piece of government issued ID like a passport or driver's license, something that indicates your accurate date of birth, for example. Okay, and we will submit your application. Okay, so it takes you back to my account page here. You'll see all of my fake applications that I've done in the last little bit. This is our application that we've just submitted, and it says submitted, and we're able to view that application if we'd like. I'm just going to scroll down to a previous after degree application that I've submitted. Let's see, where is a good one here, just so I can show you an example of what it'll look like. Oh, I had it. Here we go. Okay. Eventually, sometimes it takes 1 or 2 business days. Sometimes it just takes a few minutes. However, you can refresh your screen after 5 or 10 minutes to see. But after a couple of business days, for sure, you will see action required next to your application. And that's when you can hit view. So this is where you will click to pay your application fee, unless, of course, you are a current or previous U of W student. In that case, just ignore that. When you pay online, you must use a standard credit card. It does not accept hybrid cards, so like Visa debit, for example. So you can pay that way, or you can pay through online banking, or come in person to pay cash or check or debit. And then here you will see a list of documents required. So for example, your final post-secondary transcript. So you will choose a file, and once you've chosen a file, you will click upload, and then you will see that it has been uploaded once you see this paper clip here, this attachment. And then you'll see that it says received. Okay. Your proof of degree usually is actually on your transcript. It will say Bachelor of Science, major in biology, conferred upon Gina on such and such a date, for example. Now, if your transcript does not have that declaration indicating the degree that you've earned, then you just need to upload a scanned PDF of your actual degree parchment, and then you can upload that PDF. So I'll just show you what that looks like. So this is what it looks like once it's been uploaded. So to upload, we'll just do this and open. Oh, and actually it's not going to let me choose that because that is not a PDF. I will choose this one and open, and then it just says upload and upload. Click that, and that's how you get that attachment, and you know it's been submitted. Again, autobiography and chronological summary. Those are documents that you can find out more about how to create them through those information booklets I mentioned at the beginning of this recording. And then scroll down and you will see these letters of reference. So you should select two types of references. One should be an academic reference, and another should be perhaps a volunteer or a job reference, preferably something within the education field if you have. So if you've ever worked in a daycare or worked in a school at all, something like that. So letter of reference 1, we will hit start. You will write the name of the person you wish to ask for a reference. You will write their email address. So bob@hotmail.com, for example. I don't know, I'm just making things up here. And I waive my right to access the requested information. So that means whatever reference they write, you will not see that. It needs to come directly to us. So, and then here you can write a little private message, or a little personal message to them rather. Thank you, Bob, for agreeing to be my reference for my Faculty of Education application. Hey, whatever private, personal message you'd like. And then what will happen is you will submit this request, and Bob will receive an email from the University of Winnipeg requesting a reference for you. He will see the instructions on how to submit that reference so that it goes automatically to your application. And he will also see your personalized message to him. So submit request, and Bob has received that email. Now, you'll also be able to see that you have sent the request and the date. After about a week or so, if Bob has not replied, you can cancel the request and send a new one to a different referee. Okay, and you'll do the same for your second letter of reference. So once you have done that, you have done everything you need to do. Again, continue to monitor your email and your online application to see if there are any notifications. If you do have any questions during the application process itself, please email us at welcome@uwinnipeg.ca, or you can email if you have already submitted your application. You can contact the admissions office directly, admissions@uwinnipeg.ca. Thank you so much.